No proven arguments one way or the other. The fact that it is there and detectable doesn't mean to say that it's potentially doing any damage.
I have to say, gentlemen, I haven't met anybody who thinks that mercury in the brain of an unborn child is a good thing.
But you can probably, with the correct analysis, find a whole lot of other substances in the brain that perhaps shouldn't be there.
As these are the men who give scientific advice to British dentists, it's not surprising that pregnant women are still treated with amalgam fillings despite the possible health hazards to their unborn babies. In Britain, they're encouraged to take free treatment on the National Health. Joe Rich is an ordinary NHS dentist. Like thousands of others, he's been told little about the latest scientific evidence about mercury. He doesn't know that much of it points towards the health hazards of amalgam to vulnerable groups, such as the expectant mother in his chair.
You're happy to place amalgam fillings in the mouths of babies, children and pregnant women?
Indeed.
No problem in that respect?
I have no reason to doubt the efficacy of the treatment and that there are few, if any, dangers to the patient in using it.
We know that the mercury goes into the brain of the unborn child. Can this, under any circumstances, be a good thing?
No, I would say no. I think that you should try to avoid to implant toxic metals in the mouth.
Why then does an organisation like the British Dental Association say that mercury is safe for everybody unless they're allergic to it?
Well, I don't know why they say it. That's impossible for me to answer.
You've written a standard textbook on the toxicology of metals, and you don't agree with them, do you?
No, I don't.
Sweden, the first country in the world whose parliament has banned amalgam. They've taken the dangers so seriously that amalgam's use will end within 3 years at the latest, and within 6 years, all mercury will be outlawed. The Swedes have read the writing on the wall and decided to take action. Faced with opposition from the dental lobbies and anxious at the potential legal implications, Parliament carefully wrapped the legislation up in a total environmental package. The members of Parliament who'd pushed for the ban knew what the real targets were.
People say that the only reason the Swedes are banning dental amalgam is on environmental grounds. Now, is that true?
No, really not. It's one reason, but the most important reason is, of course, of health reason.
Why has Sweden been the first country to ban dental amalgam? Because there's still no evidence, there's no final proof that dental amalgam actually hurts human beings.
We said we have seen enough. Now we have to stop it before much more people are more sick than they are today.
The use of amalgam in children under the age of 19 will be totally banned exactly 1 year from now. All amalgam fillings for adults will cease by 1997. The Swedes are fully aware that there is still no proven evidence that dental amalgam harms humans. But they've been reading the latest evidence, and their assessment of the risk-benefit ratio has been changed by it forever. The health benefits of amalgam, they judge, are no longer worth the risks. Now other countries are following Sweden's lead. In Germany, amalgam is banned for patients with kidney problems and advised to be used with great caution in children and pregnant women. Austria plans to ban mercury in amalgams within 6 years. And in California, a new law now demands that dentists who use amalgam display a health warning to their patients. Germany and the headquarters of Degussa, one of the world's larger manufacturers of dental amalgam. Even they've now decided to get out of amalgam, thus abandoning nearly half their dental products turnover. They say that there are innocent commercial reasons for this, but one of their executives suggests there's prudence in the decision too.
You are saying, despite all this new scientific evidence, that it happens to be a commercial coincidence that you're getting out of amalgam?
It was a decision that was driven by business reasons.
Which would include legal reasons?
Definitely, when you're looking at a business...
On the evidence that we have to date, and I don't think that the amount of mercury that is released, and we know it's released from amalgam restorations, there's no evidence to date that it does cause any trouble.
Now I'm breathing the same air as you are, except I have a little bag here where you have this extension.
At Murray Vimi's surgery in Calgary, a young woman anxious to avoid passing mercury to any future child has an amalgam filling extracted. Paradoxically, this process has its health hazards too, because the drilling out creates a dangerous surge of mercury vapor, hence all the protective equipment on both sides of the chair. Extraction of fillings is a serious step unless medically indicated. Patients should consult their doctors or dentists before making a decision.
Professor, can I ask you to, in the briefest and simplest way, give advice to people who will have seen this film and who will wonder if they should take their amalgam fillings out? What is your considered advice?
I think it would be premature for people to replace their amalgam fillings. No, the answer is do not rush to your dentist to have your amalgam fillings replaced. I think there is clearly a need for further research, and when all that is through, in the long term there may be different advice, but there is a danger of doing more harm than good at this stage, so do not rush out and have your amalgam fillings replaced.
In the dark places where men work with mercury, turning old fillings into new, they treat the volatile metal with great respect. Yet those charged with the responsibility of keeping dentists and their patients informed deny these realities by insisting there is still no final proof of amalgam.